Encouraging gig extra sales on Fiverr as a seller. This is actually a very important lecture. Even though it's going to be a short one, I'm going to go right into the point, but it's a very important lecture, and you're going to see why in a second. So why is it important? Okay, things to consider. The whole point of gig extras is to increase your average price per order, or increase your earnings per order. Okay, and in turn, this is going to increase your hourly rate on Fiverr. So instead of making $4 per gig and taking an hour to complete them all, you can make a couple more bucks here and there. And let's say you sell 3 gigs, they all have gig extras, you complete them in an hour, you make $40. That's $40 in an hour. That's a great hourly rate, especially on the internet. And this also allows you to focus less on volume and more on encouraging gig extras. Okay, trying to go for volume on Fiverr is very difficult. Okay, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to try and get 30 to 40 orders per day. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's very difficult. It's easier to go for 5 to 10 orders per day and try and encourage gig extra sales than to go for 30 and 40 orders per day and make the same amount of money. So you could get lucky and get picked up in a couple of searches that blow up and you get 30, 40 orders a day, you get featured on the front page, something like that. But it's a lot easier to just get buyers to purchase your gig extras. I'm going to show you how. So the goal for you should be to get to at least level 1 seller if you're not already. The reason is level 1 sellers are at the lowest level, level 1, are able to put gig multiples and gig extras on all their gigs, and this is very important. So how are we going to encourage gig extra sales on Fiverr? The first way is to strip down your gig so that the essentials are in the gig extras itself. So for example, if you're doing a cartoon drawing gig, instead of offering everything for $5, offer something very basic and put things like color, or the full-size image, or the original PSD file, or the source file as a gig extra. And those are things people would expect anyway when they would buy a service like that. So they'll have to purchase those things separately, and it will add up to a more expensive purchase. You can also offer value in the extras. So for example, a package. Something like if you're offering 500 Twitter followers for $5, you can offer 2,000 Twitter followers for $10 as a gig extra, and that's a nice little package there. Remember to have complementary services in the extras. So if you're selling Twitter followers, you're going to want to sell Twitter retweets in the gig extras. If you're selling article write-ups, you're going to want to submit or have article submission gigs in your gig extras. And ask for the sale. Don't be ashamed to ask buyers to buy your gig extras. So you can do that in your instructions to buyers. You can do that in your description. You can even do that in your gig video. You can tell people, listen, I have a great gig extra down there. I have a gig extra where I provide you this much for this much money. It's a great deal, it's a package, and that will encourage the sale. A lot of people don't even notice your gig extras until after they purchase your gig. And also, an express gig extra is a really good way to encourage or increase the average price of your gig. So what you could do, a nice strategy, is to artificially increase the duration of your gigs. So even if it's a very basic service, like for example, an article write-up or something like that, you can make it 7 days the duration, and then have an express gig extra for $5 that's only 1 day. And you'll see that people will purchase that frequently, and it will make your $4 gig turn into an $8 gig. And that's a great way to encourage gig extra sales. So that's it for this lecture, guys. I told you it'd be a short one, but it's a very important one. So like I said, your strategy from here on out, especially if you're an advanced seller, is to go for gig extra sales, not for volume. If you have volume, great. You could still even just try and get those gig extra sales, and you'll make even more money on Fiverr. Hope this helps, guys, and good luck.